Hello and welcome to this fourth session where we are going to continue with the editing, and in this session we are going to add music and add the remaining clips, and we are going to make this 1 minute trailer ready. So now coming back here, now open this Age of Aeroplanes trailer video, the project, and after you open the project, now here if we come back to the edit mode, and in the edit mode we are already in this Age of Aeroplane version 1 edit mode is open. Now before I add the clip, let us rearrange this a little. So with shift press, roll the mouse and make this window smaller so that we have ample room here. Press Alt and scroll down to make this clip, or click on this zoom full extent zoom to zoom out the entire clip. And now the first thing I want to do here is I want to add a music track. Let us first come to the beginning of the clip. Either I can drag the playhead like this or press the home key on your keyboard. It will bring you to the starting, and coming to the starting, now if you come to your library, in the audio clip you have one music folder or bin, and in this you have music for trailer, and if I double click it, this is going to open in this source monitor. And in the source monitor, as you can see here on the top, you are seeing the complete waveform, and then when I play you can see the waveform moving, and it will be very easy, and as I scrub through you can see the music, hear the music. Okay, so now I am not going to mark any in or out for this music track. I am going to use the entire track. So now I am going to just drag this onto the right window, and now instead of insert and overwrite, I am going to choose the option place on top. So when I use this place on top, immediately you can see this music is added in the audio 2 track. A new track has been created, and in this new track this audio track has been added. Now in this audio track you can see a small line running at the center. This controls the volume level. Now if I bring the mouse here, see, you can see it as 2 arrows, top and bottom. If I click and now if I drag it, I can reduce the volume level, and I will bring it down to approximately minus 12 decibels, and I am going to release the mouse. So I have reduced the volume level to around minus 12 decibels. So like this I can control the volume. Now I will come to the starting, and if I play it.
In this film, making a documentary about how the airplanes changed the world, it was really important to go out and shoot the real world.
See, you can see the clip is running fine. Now I want to add the remaining shot. I will stop the playback. I will press the down arrow, and I will come to the edit point over here, and here coming to this edit point, if I click on / and play
right, you would either go back to that location or it didn't make the movie.
There is a slight jump here because of the cut, and to avoid that, at this point I am going to add one more clip. So now for this I will come to B-roll, and in the B-roll you have one South Pole clip, 8th shot South Pole clip. If I double click it, this will open in the source window, and if I can play it, this doesn't contain audio file. Now here I am now going to press J, move it back, and I am going to select a frame where the wings is just coming out of that board. I will press the arrow mark right and move it slowly like this, and up approximately at a point here, that is 1 second and 7 frames. At this point I am going to mark an in point. Now after marking the in point, now I approximately need this clip for a duration of 5 seconds. So for that, what I am going to do is, just like last time, I will click on the time code here. I am going to press the plus button and I am going to type 500 and press enter. And now I have moved the timeline by 5 seconds, and if I press O now, I have a 5 second and 1 frame clip. And this clip, now I am going to overwrite it, and the keyboard shortcut for this is F10. So when I click on this overwrite, now what happens is this old clip will be removed and this new clip will be added. I will click on overwrite and you can now see this clip has been added. So we have successfully added this clip. Now here, for the remaining part of the music, I am going to add a few more clips, and for this, what I am now going to do is, I am going to select this shot Kenya, and along with this Kenya shot, there is one more shot called as Martin landing. So with Control pressed on Windows and with Command pressed on Mac, I am going to select this second clip, that is after the 7th clip I am selecting the 11th clip, and then I will roll down and you will have this 14th clip. I am going to select this 14th shot. So now what I did was, I have selected 3 shots, Kenya, shot number 7, 11 and 14. Now selecting all these 3 clips, I will now drag it directly from here, that is from the bin, and drop it in the source window, and now I am going to choose the option append to end. And when I choose this append to end option, you can immediately see after the last point, that is the last point here, the clips have been automatically added. But the only problem we have now is, our music is getting end here, but our clip lengths are longer. Now we have to trim all these clips. Before we trim it, I will press up arrow and I will come to the edit point here. I will press Alt and zoom it, and I am going to press B and use the blade. I am going to cut the clip at this point. I will press Ctrl Z, enable this snapping, and then click here so that it cuts exactly at this playhead. Then I am going to click on A to get the select button. I will select this clip, and now I will press the del button to delete it, and now the entire clip moves back. Okay, I have removed this excess clip here. Now the next thing I am going to do is, now here I will click on zoom extend to zoom it out, and I am going to drag a box with the selection tool on. I will drag a box and I will select all these 3 clips, and after this I will right click and choose clip, change clip duration. The keyboard shortcut for this is Ctrl plus D. So if I press Ctrl plus D now, you get this change clip duration option, and in format time I will use the preset 5 seconds and I will click change. So when I click change now all these 3 clips actually have been reduced to 5 seconds. Now only thing is, you are seeing these gaps to remove these gaps, select this gap here, click and select and press the del button, and again select this gap and press the del button, so that the intermittent gaps are totally now removed. Now the same editing I could have done it in the trim mode. I will show you the difference now. I will go to edit and I will undo it couple of times till I retain the clip length. I will redo the last part here so that the cutting of this is okay. Now I have undone this about 3 times and have retained these 3 clips back. Now I will first select all the clips and then change to trim mode, and then now I will right click and choose change clip duration. I will set this to 5 seconds, and now if I click change, you can now see the gaps are removed automatically. So remember, whenever you change the clip duration in trim mode, the gaps will be automatically removed, and deleting the in between gaps is no more needed. Okay, now I am going to start my edit with this south pole clip. I will press the up arrow and I will come to this point, and I will choose the detail zoom button here, and coming closer. Now what I am going to do is, this clip, you already know that the duration of this clip is 5 seconds. Now instead of keeping this clip 5 seconds, I am going to make this clip 4 seconds. I am going to reduce this clip duration by being in trim mode. I will come to this end, and when the cursor changes to this that is symbol, now I will click and drag it to the, say I will just come here, click and drag it to the left, and you can see the duration is decreasing. However, you can see that as I am decreasing the duration, the audio is also getting disturbed. The duration of the audio is also getting reduced. If I release it, you can see my audio also has got reduced. I doesn't want the audio to change. So for this, I will go to edit and undo this, and without affecting the audio, how we can edit it. Actually here what happens is, when you are in the trim mode and when you are editing in trim mode, Resolve automatically tries to keep all the tracks at the same level by trimming out all the tracks when you carry out the trimming. Now to avoid this, the best way is, come to this audio 1 track and you have one lock track button here. Click on the lock track button, and now this audio 1 track is locked. Remember, only the audio 1 track is going to get affected because both audio and video is cutting at this point, whereas the music track there is no cut here. So music track will not get affected when I am trimming, only this audio track is going to get affected, and to avoid it we have locked this. Now I will press the up arrow and I will come to this point, and now if I hold it here and if I drag it to the right, now I will reduce this duration to approximately 4 seconds, and if I release it now you can see that the audio length has not changed and only this clip length has become 4 seconds. Now let's move to the next shot. I will just click on zoom extend, and you can see here now if I play it,
Go back to that location, or it didn't
this
make the
shot
movie.
is
Really
moving
important.
fine.
Every shot was original and that everything was real. But there's
So I will stop this, and here now the next thing that I want is, I want this second clip also to be trimmed. If I press the up arrow key and if I come to the cut point, you can see an yellow mark here. I doesn't want this yellow to appear. So for this, what I am going to do is, I want only the shadow of the plane and not this real plane. So for this, again in trim mode, I will click on detailed zoom and I am going to now drag it to the right like this, and again even this clip I will reduce its duration to around 4 seconds. And now if I play this,
everything was real. But there's
see, this clip duration is also reduced to now 4 seconds. Now the next thing here is, if I come to this cut and if I play this,
every shot was original and that everything was real. But there's
after real, a small bit of clip is getting played here. So for this, I will unlock this audio track, and in the end I am going to trim it down by around 7 seconds. And now if I play it,
it's real.
so after real,
It's real.
so it is ending correctly. Now the next thing is, I will click on zoom extend. Now only thing now is, I have these clips, but I am not happy with the order of this clip. What I want is, I want this aerial clip to come as soon as this south clip is over. So I want this clip to move here. So I will take the selection tool by pressing the A key. Now if I select this and simply drag it to the left, what happens? It has overwritten the old clip. I will go to edit and undo this. Now to move this clip over here, I am going to show you a very simple shortcut. Now what you have to do is, in your keyboard, press Ctrl and Shift, and with Ctrl and Shift pressed, if I press the comma button, you can see the selected clip will move backward. Say it is moving backward. Say it is moving backward. If I press the period button, it is moving forward. So I am going to place this clip exactly after the south pole clip now. Now similarly, if I want to select the next clip, press Ctrl and press the period button. Sorry, press Shift and press the period button. Now say for example, I have selected this clip and I want to select the next clip or the previous clip. So instead of clicking it and selecting it like this, there is a keyboard shortcut, and the keyboard shortcut is, press the Ctrl button on the keyboard, and if you press the right arrow, it will select the next clip. Again press the right arrow, it will select the next clip. Or if I press the left arrow, it will select the previous clip. And this is a keyboard shortcut, and here I can move and select a particular clip and then press Ctrl Shift and comma to change its position to back, Ctrl Shift and period to move it forward. Now here one more thing you can use the trick is, say for example, these 3 clips represent a particular sequence. Now I want this sequence to be placed in some other point in the timeline. Say for example, I want this sequence to come soon after the interview. Then what you can do is, you can use the same technique. Press Ctrl Shift and press the comma button. Now all the 3 clips will move back and I can move it and place it just after the interview. And if I press the period key, it will move forward. I will bring it back forward over here. And after this, the next thing is, let us trim these clips. I want to trim this Alaska clip a little more. I will bring the plate over here and click on detailed zoom. Now what I am now going to do is, I want to edit this clip. So again in trim edit mode, I am going to come to this left end and I am going to move it back, and I am going to reduce its duration again to around 4 seconds. I will make this clip also 4-second duration. Then I will press the down arrow and move to the end of the clip, and at the end of the clip now I will come here into this video clips, and in this you have one, or if I come to keywords here, I can open the credits file and you have the credit.move file. I can now just drag this and drop it over here. And once I drop this, now one thing is, if I press Alt and zoom it out, you can now see here the audio bit is changing. So if I play it, see? So when this beat changes, exactly at this point, by using the left arrow, I will move to the point here, and to this point I am going to trim this Martin landing clip. I will just hold here and drag it back till here. So now if I play this, okay, so it is syncing with the beat. Now one thing here is, if I come to this Martin landing clip and if I press the / and play it, you can now see here that in this Martin landing the aircraft is at a very long distance, and by the time the shot concludes at 4 seconds, the flight is not establishing at all. Now I want this shot to move to the end where the flight is just passing out. So to do this, again we use this trim edit, bring it over here in the top area, and if I drag and pull it now, you can now see as I am dragging, the clip is sliding in that area, and by sliding it, I will just release the mouse, I will press the up arrow key to come to the point where here, or I will press the down arrow key and come to the end here. I will press left once to come to the last frame of this clip, and now if I drag it in the last frame, I just want the aircraft to move out like this. And now if I play this clip, okay, so now this clip is having an interesting shot. So we have this type of editing wherein we are sliding the clip through our edit. We call this as slip editing. Now the next clip that I want to edit now is, I will come to this aerial Alaska shot, and coming over here, if I press middle mouse and drag it, you can see I can pan the timeline. Okay, I can pull it out, and now if I press the / button, or I will just start the play from here, you can see this is this shot appears very slow. There is no dynamism in this shot. I want this clip to run a little faster, and here I am going to show you how we can change the speed of playback of a particular clip. So, I am going to select this Ariel Alaska clip. I will come to inspector, and in inspector if I zoom down, you have one option here called speed change. Click on this speed change, and when you click on this speed change and open it, you can now set the speed of this clip to 200%, and when you make it 200%, and now if I play the clip, see this is moving faster. However, I want a better shot here. So, for this, again in trim mode, I am going to drag this back a little so that the flight is just becoming straight like this at the end. Okay. So, the top left indicates the in point of the selected clip, top right indicates the out point of the selected clip, the bottom left is the last frame of the previous shot, and the bottom right is the first frame of the next shot. I will now drop the mouse, and now if I preview this shot, see this appears more dynamic and the shot appears to be good. Now, another beautiful feature that I want to show you is, now if you come to this Kenya shot, after this shot also appears to be very simple. There is no dynamism in this shot. So, now I have selected this shot, and with this shot selected, I will press the up arrow and come to the starting of this shot, and if I press the F key, you can immediately see that this clip is now open in the source window. Actually, I have, if I come here, see now when I press F, you can see this is open in the source window, and I will close this inspector. If I close the inspector, then I can get both the views here. Now, this is the source window and this is the monitor window or the program window, and this is opened in the source window, and in the source window now if I drag this head, I can go to a clip where I am going to see this small white bird swimming over there. I am going to choose the shot from here. I want this shot to start from here. Then the best thing is, either you can drag this clip now and put it over here and choose replace. Immediately the timeline starts from here. I will press edit undo, and the other option is I can also use the replace key here, which is the keyboard shortcut is F11. So, now if I press F11 or replace clip, now this clip is replaced from this in point where your playhead is present. Now, other than this, sometimes what happens is, say for example, I will come to this Martin landing shot, and now sometimes when the shooting has been done, there might be some better shots of this present in our library which we might be missing. So, if I want to have a look at it, I can right click on this clip and choose the option find in media pool. So, when I click on find in media pool, you can see this clip is now visible in the media pool, and next to that or before that there might be some shot relevant to this which might be a better shot. Say for example, I am going to select this another clip here, and if I play it, you can see this clip is better than this plain clip. This because this has some humans clapping and celebrating. So, here what I am going to now do is I will just move it and match it to a position where the wing is just touching the frame, and even in this I will move it and set it so that the wing is just touching the frame. I match these two frames like this, and then I am going to choose replace clip, and when I click on replace clip, now you can see if I play it, we have this shot moving like this and we have the credits coming. So this is another beautiful feature that we are going to use in Resolve, which is the replace clip. Now another feature that I want to show you is in this interview, when we are moving this clip and when we are working on this, say for example when I play this,
the movie, it's really important. Every shot was original and that everything was real.
now I want to break this sentence and move it a little to the side. So for this I am going to move and select somewhere the point where this audio is starting here. If required, I will come to zoom and I am going to select this point where the audio is starting, and when I have selected this point, now I am going to press Ctrl B, and as soon as I press Ctrl B, these two got split into two separate clips. And now what I can do is I can now just zoom this out a little, and I can now just move this clip to the right a little like this. Okay, now with this edit, now I will click on zoom extend. I will come back to press home and come to the start, and I am now going to play
in this film, making a
entire
documentary
clip,
about how
and
the
I am
airplanes
going
changed the
to
world.
check it
It
once.
was really important to go out and shoot the real world. If it was possible to shoot it, we wanted to go shoot it. If we couldn't get the shot or the weather wasn't right, we would either go back to that location or it didn't make the movie. It was really important. Every shot was original and that everything was real.
Okay, so this completes our trailer. So as we edited this trailer, you got a fair idea about how to use various DaVinci Resolve tools. So with this, I am now going to conclude this session. We have completed one editing, and let us move into advanced editing in our next session. Thank you.